with the red sashes.
Yep.
So in our kind of after effects of that, in the couple, let's say the day or two afterwards, a number of things happen. Like, a lot of the people, you notice that, some of your contacts for, sharpening your knives and, repairing some of your equipment and things like that have stopped answering your calls or haven't had time to talk to you. And you're familiar with this because it's clearly a lot of people on the streets kind of stepping back and waiting to see what happens and trying, just in case you don't win this fight. They don't want to be, helping out the wrong side.
Yeah.
The same thing is, you presume some of the same stuff is happening with the red sashes as well. That's one thing that happens. Like when you go to war, you automatically lose like a half a tier. Since you guys were with low hold on tier one, I think. Is that right? Let me double check.
We have weak hold.
Yeah, weak hold on tier one, so that drops you down all the way down to tier zero. Just functionally.
But when this is resolved, do we go back up to where we were?
Yeah. Once things settle out, things will get back to, presumably, if you guys are still around.
If we survive.
Yep.
Right. The other thing is you guys are pretty busy patrolling and staying up at night worrying about skirmishes and things like that. So you'll only get one downtime activity per session until we resolve the war. So last time we did not do the second. We did calculate heat, right? But we did not roll the entanglements and stuff, did we?
I don't remember.
I know
Let
we
me-
did not do downtime.
Let's see. Oh yeah, you guys are playing heat. Perfect. Okay. So I know you guys didn't do downtime. I think you guys did take your heat. I'm looking at it right now and it's crazy high. But I think that is what
The- the-
you guys had last time.
all the explosions and
Oh yeah.
stuff happening, because I think we had got it down pretty
You
good.
did.
We have.
Yeah.
You did, but then you did some stuff that was pretty visible.
Mhm.
So I'm going to go ahead and do the entanglement roll. The first thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to screw you guys over a little bit.
Thanks for that announcement.
You're welcome. You're going to move all the way up to. All right, so like on day 2 after the fight, you start seeing some wanted posters circulating on some walls. You see a sketch. You see some sketches of. We got that written down. Yep. See sketches of Dashel and Case, Min, as well as Aldo. The only one that doesn't have like a clear picture of them, it's an image of what looks more like a living shadow, is that you presume is Vetcher. The image really just looks like kind of like a like a shadow with scary looking eyes.
Okay.
So you guys are at a wanted level. You also hear on the streets that there's an investigator who's been asking a lot of questions about you guys.
Do we know who's putting out these flyers?
Oh yeah, it's going up from there seems to be at least one investigator that is kind of hot on your guys' trail.
Oh. Lovely.
Um,
So would this be the police then?
it would not necessarily. So the investigators are a different group than the blue coats. The blue coats are the street cops,
Uh-huh.
and the investigators are like everybody just knows. The investigators are people that the Empire sends here from outside the city, intended to be yeah, kind of third party and not as corruptible as the rest of the city. Usually, like noblemen from different parts of the empire sent here to kind of be to investigate crimes and to try to bring order to the to another empire city. Um, and I think it's fair to know that the Red Sashes, at least the head of the Red Sashes, um, is rumored to have friends within the investigators.
Ah, mhm.
So that is that may be what has kind of artificially increased the heat on you guys and put you all the way up at a wanted level.
Yes, because they were the ones who actually attacked somebody else's base.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, yes. Now, I mean, granted, there are plenty of things you guys are guilty of.
To us, we're model citizens.
Yes, and then we're wanted about the one that we're helping defend.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Now, the tough thing about wanted is, like, in order to reduce a wanted level, somebody's got to go to jail.
Ah,
Um, whether it's one of you guys or somebody else. That's just kind of a tough situation you guys are dealing with. So now it also changes a little bit of the role for the bad stuff that occurs, or not necessarily bad stuff, but the complications.
But you're gonna make it bad stuff, right?
Well, you're welcome. So let's see. It's just going to be a d6 roll. It see, boring. I think yeah, I think somebody's going to get picked up. What you guys got is the usual suspects. So, does you guys want it to be one of you guys or one of your contacts, a member of your crew? Who do you think?
I'll get picked up.
Okay.
There was because of the grenades. They'll trace the grenades back to me,
Okay.
to my, whatever magical forensics they get to do on stuff like this.
All right. You have a choice to either have to resist the questioning because they pull you in. It's actually some blue coats that pull you in,
Mhm.
even though I mean, you generally have a pretty good relationship with these guys, but they're under orders.
Right.
The guy says, "Sorry, ma'am, I'm going to have to rough you up a bit unless you give me something."
Okay.
Um,
Just a second. I want to pull up Mina's character sheet and look at her. I think she's got coin.
she does. You can bribe them with with one coin.
Yeah, she's gonna bribe them with a coin.
All right.
Delete that and then put the screen back
Yeah.
on.
All right.
Okay.
So you hand over some jewelry and stuff. Like the small sack of.
Maybe some specially brewed potions, or maybe some alchemicals that I've brewed up especially for them.
Oh, this is to help me with that rash, eh?
Yes. I understand how uncomfortable that is for you. So
You know what? That's enough information from you now. You can be on your way, ma'am.
all right, have a nice day, sir. Officer.
Very good. Hey, now you each have one downtime activity, and then I believe Case will have. I think Case can give away an extra one to somebody. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Yeah.
I need to reduce some stress.
Okay.
I'm going now that we have the a new Hell for Heroes.
Yep.
I'm gonna get together with my boys and try and kind of explain what's been going on, but I'm having some really bad PTSD. I'm getting the urge really to hurt people. I mean, not just like when we were in the army, when I had to shoot to kill. Now I just want to hurt people, maim them, put them in agony. I don't know what's coming over me. I
Well,
we
maybe you just maybe you just need to read a book or something. I don't know, man. I mean, that's kind of messed up, dude.
I we start going into a situation, and like this red haze just sort of takes over, and I want to make people feel pain. It's not like when we were fighting an enemy. It's now, I don't know if I'm turning into some sort of monster or what.
Oh, whoa, monster talk. That's a bit much, buddy. I mean, we all been through a lot of stuff, but that's kind of crazy. But
it,
maybe we need to take some kind of a break or something. Just put the gun up for a while. I don't know.
we're in a pretty tight spot right now anyway. So um, the thing is, after we go into action, and I do my thing, then I calm down. It's like being vicious and inflicting pain makes me feel better. It's got me a little worried. The thing is, I can, you know it still bothers me. It's not like I've become cold about killing things. But this, like I said, this kind of red haze just sort of takes over. But when the action stops, then I calm down. I don't know what's going on.
Like, I can tell you what it looks like is going on. It looks like you've been spending too much time on the streets doing stuff. Maybe you just need to like take a vacation, or like do you like write everything down maybe, and then I don't know. Let's
Where would I take a vacation? Go to the beach?
fair enough.
So this thing is like a a VFW hall or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like other
Really?
veterans he's talking to.
I really want, because it's just because sometimes, even though this is a really dark game, it gets kind of cartoony in my imagination sometimes. I really want during this conversation there to be like a full on like yoga meditation class going on in the background. Like,
Well, we do. It is 3 stories.
so I really just want there to be yoga meditation happening,
That could be in one of the upper rooms.
someone saying, so we just kind of, in my imagination, then we cut to now breathe in and out, relax. Good. Let's deepen that stretch.
So what do I roll here, Bob?
You're gonna roll your
Indulge vice.
your indulge vice button.
Where is that?
Should be somewhere on that character sheet.
Here it is. Okay. Bonus dice? None.
Yep. That's. Uh-oh. Is that an
What?
overindulge?
Well, seeing as I have 6 stress,
Nope, I guess not.
so how many do I get rid of?
5. You're good.
5.
Wait,
All right.
that's right, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
Woohoo!
Yeah, that was pretty ideal.
Got some stuff off my chest.
Hello.
No.
Hey, Mike.
All right, who's next on the downtime?
I can go ahead and go. Aldo's just going to go to the gym. He's had some things to work out, and so he's going to do 15 rounds with a heavy bag.
What's
Okay.
her?
Yeah.
Yep. Just go ahead and roll your vice thing then.
Yep.
Not quite as effective.
Not quite, but
Not bad.
no, not bad at all. Cleared half the stress I had, so.
Yeah. Yeah. Who's next?
I will go to upper.
Good choices, guys. I mean, your overall heat's pretty low.
Yeah.
Oh, I will ghost the famous ghost will ghost.
Oh no.
Is our heat low, or are you being silly?
It is low. I mean, you
Because
guys
I got
are.
rid of it when I got picked up.
No,
Cool,
because
so-
of wanted.
Yeah, you have a wanted level now, so you're wanted with 0 heat. Wanted 1.
Oh,
So yes, Vetcher, he went away and does not come back.
Yep. So yeah. Yeah. Well, there's some other complications that could happen from that instead. With giant device, you could attract trouble. You can brag about it, brag about your exploits, and get some heat. Um, you know what? I think for the heck of it, I'm going to say yes. Here's what happens. You go to your So I picture. I mean, so correct me. I mean, this is a teamwork thing. So I picture like the way you go to the opera is like you have a place like way up in the rafters, like in some like utility area where you like open up a little window and you can kind of watch the shows from up above where nobody can see you.
so Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah,
style.
I think he is like the Phantom of the Opera,
Okay.
right? And then
Yes, and there is a wanted poster that shows me as Phantom.
oh,
Got it.
um, so there's a family that there's this like wealthy family that sits at a booth that's like directly underneath where you're usually watching from, and you're you're watching the show and noticing that the family's not there this time, and you're thinking about it like they're always here, like every time you're here, and then you realize like it's always like this older couple and their like teenage son, and you realize that one of the people you killed pushing that cart was that teenage son. Um, because the Red Sashes has a number, among its members, a number of like noble youth, because it's like this prestigious sword school that it's associated with, and so I think that is going to so like having killed a kind of a high profile person, I'm going to add another couple of heat. That'll be the extra. That'll be the effect of bragging, but not really. So you won't be lost. It's just an extra effect that occurs. Um, who else is doing stuff? I think we got two more,
I'm
maybe.
trying to decide if I want to do training. Is there something the group needs me to do during my downtime? I don't want to do stress, although I think I have to take a stress for not dealing with my stress, but that'll only bring me to 3, and I'm not comfortable overindulging,
Right.
or taking the risk of overindulging. So
Actually, I was gonna ask. You craft stuff, right? You tinker.
Yep, I tinker.
Can you build us a net gun in case we ever need to take a person or animal thing alive?
So I think the way that'll work, I don't know, like I can ask, we can ask Bob if during a downtime I could use a downtime to make a specific item. Or we could just say that like we could pay stress during an encounter to have a flashback of me making the thing we need in the moment, so that I'm not making things that we don't end up needing.
Oh yeah, could that actually be one of the exotic item things or whatever?
Yeah, I think that's how it works.
So the way I think it's supposed to work is the she can do like long-term projects to make a piece of equipment that becomes something that somebody can now have like as a check mark on their inventory, and just like the kind of replenishes, and that would be like a project. With a flashback, those are for like one use items. You're like, hey, I'm going to make this one very specific. I want to flashback to this one specific thing that I made, and here it is now. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Right.
So I guess I'm thinking, unless we know for sure that we're going to need something and make use of it all the time, we would wait and just use a flashback to get a one-use item in the moment when we think of needing it.
Makes sense.
Right, but in the meantime, like if somebody has an idea of a thing that they want,
Yeah,
then you guys can kind of work out what that looks like,
and make
what
that a
is, and-
long-term project.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, unless we need me to do something else for the group, I think I'll just train.
Works for me. So you're training in insider prowess.
Yeah, is there one of those that's better for me to train in
Oh,
because of our?
yeah, well, those are the two that you get
Okay,
2 points in instead of
yeah, I'll look at that in just a second. I
instead
will
of just the one. Okay.
put 2 points in either insight or prowess.
Okay. So to catch you up, Guthrie, the crew is at war and also wanted by investigators. So there are some wanted posters, kind of around in various places around town, with some of your pictures.
Does it include everybody?
That includes, yeah, pretty much every, yeah. It includes the characters. It includes the crew members that took part in the battle just a couple nights ago out at the Lampblack's headquarters.
And the spooky phantom.
And his spooky phantom.
So in Duskfall, how effective are wanted posters in general?
So what you have is like mechanically, what you guys have is a wanted level, wanted level 1, which isn't particularly high. The good news is you're on pretty good terms with the actual police, the blue coats. Um, so uh, so it's not that big of a deal at this point. The problem was you guys did something that was really out in the open and involved a lot of explosions, people dying and stuff. But what compounded it was the leader of the Red Sashes is on very good terms with at least some members of the investigators because they are their own faction that are kind of separate from the blue coats, the police. So um,
They are like FBI.
yeah,
Special investigators.
yep.
They're the SVU.
And they don't get along. I mean, so they are above and order the blue coats, but don't necessarily get along with the blue coats particularly well. So that puts you guys in kind of a tougher situation.
Mm-hmm.
It just means that that the entanglements that you have between jobs just get more are more likely to be serious. And and get you into some kind of ugly stuff.
More serious trouble.
Most serious trouble.
Too bad.
Next, yeah. So Case, what are you up to now?
So I'm going to indulge my vice for one action, so 0 bonus. And, oh, okay. So that's just
Not great.
great, but that's better than 0, I
Yeah.
guess. And
That's not terrible. Yeah. I
I'm
think
gonna go ahead and.
go ahead.
So I guess I'll give myself the +1 downtime action to
Sure.
try to befriend. And I can either come up with a friend or choose one here on my paper. Is that cool?
Sure. Yeah.
Great. I'm gonna go wine and dine Salia, the information broker.
Okay. Let me put that on here. Let's see. I think it's going to be a fairly simple one. I'm going to put a 4. Just where this is going to be. This is Case's new contact. So you should roll and this is probably, I mean, so tell me how you're going about this.
So they're an information broker. So I guess I'm still new to the town. I can't give them more business particularly. I guess I will start out by finding what information I can safely trade with the information broker, and then try to strike up conversation to just move beyond just a mutually beneficial information relationship to actually getting to know some about the person. And so getting to know some about the person, share some real events from my background, some fake events from my background, just start building a friendship.
All right, so guys, who do we think Salia is? Salia, the information broker. Like maybe some kind of like a shopkeeper and trading in stuff that people don't really care about that much.
A librarian.
Oh, a librarian. Okay. All
So
right.
a
Talia is a librarian. I like it.
what kind of quarter would that put them in?
Let's put her in
Quarter,
probably Charter Hall. I'm thinking.
quarter hall? Sounds good.
Yeah,
That way it's still not far afield and
yeah, it's not too far away, and I figure like kind of a standard librarian. She's kind of this tall, thin, kind of older woman who who's very strict about about people being quiet in the library. And I'm thinking this. I mean, to me, it sounds like you're going for a sway or a consort. I think maybe a consort.
um yeah, because I'll for the most part be open and tell the truths.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like there's not too much I have to hide at this point. Um, Even if she sees like wanted posters, I'm not gonna reveal my current location or general travelings. So
Oh, so you kind of step in, and she says, "Oh, now interesting. I um, of it's not often a a wanted man comes and has and takes the time to look for books. Is there a particular topic you're interested in?
well, ma'am, I'm always interested in books, but I suppose law could be of interest right now. But I would be
I'm
interested in both books. Yeah, so both books of human law and law of interactions with uh, creatures non-human.
interesting, funny, and interesting. Very good. I think perhaps we could be friends. So go ahead and give me your consort.
Okay, so this
Roll
is
here.
controlled or risky? I mean,
I'd say it's probably controlled.
okay.
Um, so you're only going to make a little bit of progress on that clock.
Yeah.
I believe a one is just one long-term project. Yep. So you spent the time on it. You've at least learned her name. This is um, well, I'm rather busy now. Perhaps, and it sounds to me like you're rather busy too. Perhaps after we've when we both have a bit more time, we can talk about this a bit longer.
Absolutely. I'm sure I will have plenty of interesting tales to share.
Well, I look forward to hearing them. Assuming you're not telling those tales to an investigator in some cell not long from now.
Yep.
Oh, was that everybody?
I shall do my best.
Was that everybody? I think that was
I
everybody.
believe so. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So here we are. You guys, everybody. I think we'll start where we meet the heroes now is or not. We meet our anti-heroes now. You are all kind of around the in your uh, in your warehouse uh, headquarters. Around a table. Sitting around this table with your map and little maybe little pieces of food representing different people on the board. Different gangs and sightings of folks. Um, and I imagine like everybody looks tired because like as a group you just really haven't gotten a lot of sleep these last few days. because you just, you're constantly, on the streets checking for, protecting your assets and stuff.
Mm.
So what do you guys do now? And for the heck of it, I think we'll put Bazo Baz here too. With you guys. He also looks pretty tired.
I think we should contact the Lamp Blacks.
Well,
And
That
I'm
is
already-
Bazo Baz.
yeah, I'm here. I mean,
I think we
I've
should.
been replaced yet, have I? No, I'm right here.
I think we should take out the red sashes once and for all.
Well, I think so too.
They got to be hurting from the attack on your headquarters. I
No,
mean, we thinned them out a little bit before that attack. They've got to be kind of a lot thinner now.
yeah, we're estimating they're probably at best at half strength.
What will it take to put them out of business?
Well, my guess would be taking out Marlena.
Who else,
My,
who else,
my Lyra.
who else might be interested in acquiring some of their territory? What other gangs?
Well, imagine everybody's looking. But I don't mind saying, I expect most of it to end up under the Lamp Blacks.
Well, is there anybody else we can make a deal with that, for a cut of the territory to join in with us?
Perhaps. I don't know.
Is there anybody that you're on fairly decent terms with that?
Well, so the gondoliers don't like him too much either. But I don't know that helps us too much. They might be able to help.
What would be in it for them?
I never understood their what beef they had with the Red Sashes. I just know they didn't get along so good.
Well, maybe we could talk to them.
Maybe. But I'll tell you, if we can figure out where, so my sources suggest that she's not that that the head of the Red Sashes is not held up in the school. She's somewhere else.
Okay, thank you.
But my boys have had a lot of trouble figuring out where she's at. We could find her, then maybe you boys and gals can do what you do.
Yes, that
You don't mind
sounds like
saying,
it would be appropriate.
I'm just thinking we played a young.
Before we need to first find her, but as we're planning on, ending her once found, maybe a little smear campaign would be in order to once maybe both remove support from her and once we do finally terminate Red Sashes, maybe it'll generate less heat if the populace as a whole kind of wanted them to go away in the first place.
Perhaps it's not a bad idea.
So, and to that end, maybe I will drop some rumors that the Red Sash leadership being pressed up against the wall is making kind of unholy deals with extra paranormal creatures too. And watch your kids around the red sashes now.
Nice. Now most of her support comes from the posh folks, them nobilities and such.
Yeah, but if even merchants around them are unsure about doing business with them, if it becomes a little bit harder to even find your basic necessities.
All right, I'll leave it to you then. If I suppose you guys know what's best.
I mean, we can certainly pursue multiple avenues at a time.
Right. Well, you know me. I'm just Bazo Baz, a humble lampblack. I'll leave the details of your enterprises to you, of course.
Kansas City lost by 4 points.
Oh dear.
Yay!
And they were ahead 2 minutes left in the game.
Thank you, Mother.
Yay.
Not much of a sports fan, so I just want them all to lose. Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to get back to me boys. I didn't have a lot of time. But let's stay in touch.
Of course.
I'll say it's a my good thing we've been friends.
Yes, it is good.
All right. So what you guys going to do?
That's a good question. What do you guys want to do? Anybody have something that they're particularly anxious to work on?
Well, I want to go ahead and get started on the smear campaign. So maybe that will start having people report sightings of the red sash leader, as well as kind of ostracizing the red sashes as a whole.
Yes, you can bring up that noble families will have their children become cannon fodder. So make nobles not want to have their children swell ranks of red sash.
I like it.
Yeah. And there's some truth to it, so it helps. So you're going to go around. You're going to spend, the next, probably few. I guess Case is going to spend the next day or two, kind of spreading rumors and stuff. Go ahead and give me a. To me, that sounds like a sway, but
Yeah. That was going to be a sway, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, trying to convince people of something.
Yep. Let's see if I can do any better at that.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it's you. You go around and start spreading rumors, and I'd say by the end of this, by kind of midway through the second day, when you go into some place, you hear somebody, say that they've already heard that before,
Nice.
and they got that they, you could get a sense that these stories are spreading a bit.
Good deal.
I like
My
it.
job here is done.
All right, what else? So during those couple of days, is anybody what are the others doing?
I want to try and see if I can, track down leader of the Red Sashes.
Go for it. I think we'll go ahead and make these risky for standard effect.
Would this be hunt a target, gather information about its location and movements?
I would think so. You wait from keyboard for about 1 minute.
Risky,
Yep.
standard.
Uh-huh.
Oh, nice.
Excellent.
Nice. Okay. So it's looking good. So you do find so you gather some information about a lot of their hangouts, the places they control.
Uh-huh.
And, you check them all out. The one that seems different than the others, mostly because they're not trying to look like they're guarding it heavily, but they seem to have a lot of disguise guards around it. They have a number of dock workers that seem to be spending idle time watching the streets around a rather high-end drug den on the docks. Not interestingly, only probably about 8 blocks from your headquarters.
Okay.
A place called the Emerald Dragon.
Is it someplace that the Red Sashes control, or is it someplace?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, to start with, you kind of identified. There are about 6 different drug dens that they've run over the years in Crowsfoot and in the docks, and even one in Silk Shore. But and you can see that they have they're obviously guarding all the others. This is the one that they are unobviously guarding.
Hey guys, do you think we should tell the billhooks that the Red Sashes are operating in their territory?
No. We do not want to bring too many people into this, because then we will need to tear it apart. As they say, you rip what you sow.
Yeah.
But if we get the billhooks to do the deed, that keeps our hands clean.
Right now, we are on very thin ice with billhooks. I would rather just finish Sashes, give area to billhooks, and maybe cut down on coin that we already owe them. Speaking of which, I will go pay our rent protection, I guess, what they called it. So, Bob, I want to give the billhooks 2 coins, because I think that was our agreed amount.
Yeah, every time you guys do a job,
And we did one and hadn't paid them yet.
right. Okay.
So I did that out of my personal funds.
Nice. Okay. And so what? So you deliver like a pretty big sack full of loot.
Yes, I go to billhooks and say, I am sure you are aware of complications, but I want to assure you that we will continue payment. Here, see, here is payment, and there might be nice prize at the end of this to forge better relationship. But don't worry, we will not involve you.
You know, there's this is you give like this whole speech to this like big fat dude standing at the you know, he's got like a bunch of blood all over his apron, standing at the fish market stand.
Oh yeah, I have no resolve. I have no understanding of how
says-
this is going to be taken. So
He like just takes the big heavy bag full of loot and stuff, and he says okay, thanks.
yes.
Very good. Yep, so you got identified the green dragon as this place you suspect that she's hiding out. You guys, want to do some kind of casing this joint or something?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
Yeah, that's
I can case, well, maybe, I don't know, actually. I'm more.
yeah. I will.
I got some prowl.
Uh,
So can I prowl to case the joint?
I would allow it. You're like, yeah, if specifically you're sneaking around. Casing is usually hunt, but I would accept prowl in this case.
How about survey? Survey a location or situation to understand what's going on.
Oh yeah, it
Surveys.
sounds like people who have surveys should go then. Sorry, I don't
Yep.
have that.
Yeah,
I'll go. I can do a little bit of it.
As always, I am okay negotiating on what skills you roll on things. If you want to argue, you should roll something different.
do you want me to assist you, Joe?
Sure.
Because I've got a pretty decent survey.
How about I assist you since my survey's not good at all?
Okay.
Let's see. I'm trying to remember how assist works.
So you don't roll anything. He just gets an extra. You take one stress, and then
Okay.
he gets an extra. He gets a bonus die.
So what's our position on this? Risky?
Yeah, I think these are all risky.
And effect?
Standard.
Standard.
And then I get one bonus die?
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do for this particular, I'm gonna put it out here, kind of in the middle of the docks. I'm gonna give you guys a spotted clock, and you're fine. I'll fill you in on one. All right, so he's got the place out a bit. Being on the docks. So first of all, you see that it looks like they are legitimate, like dock workers that are just not working right now. But there are quite a few out in the street, just hanging out, watching. Which is how you get spotted here. It looks like they're not really doing a lot of business right now. You only see, in the few hours you watch the place, you only see a couple of people go in and come back out. The place, it's let's say a 3-story affair. Has a big, has a big green dragon out front. That kind of glows in the dark. Kind of casting this kind of green light, all up and down the street here. There aren't any windows on the second and third floor. As a matter of fact, there are hardly any windows at all. Really, just kind of the very front just has some windows. Kind of checking around the place. There aren't a lot of doors either. However, one thing you do realize is like this part, even though it's about 8, so many blocks, it's about 8 blocks west of you guys. It is on pylons over the water. So presumably you might be able to, like, if you knew the water pretty well and you could kind of measure distances pretty well, you might be able to find some entrance from underneath.
That
Or
would,
some escape from underneath.
talking to the gondoliers might be a good way to accomplish that if they've got a beef with the red sashes.
Right. However, the time you spent out there, you're pretty sure some of those guys saw, some of the dock workers that are kind of standing around saw you and kind of reports that somebody was checking the place out. That is that little that piece of your spotted number. It just means that there's that you're not going to have as much leeway when things get started if you're doing a lot of sneaking around and stuff.
Well, do I need to prowl out of there?
No. This is a kind of an abstract role for that covers several hours of activity. It's just that you're pretty sure that they're on a higher alert now than they were when you first
Right.
went to watch.
Well, I guess since I'm watching, that leaves, and Joe's supporting me,
Mhm.
that leaves the rest of the crew to.
Yeah, so while they go and do some physical scouting, I'm going to try to just gather information from. It is a drug den, so I guess I'll start with kind of nonchalant questions like, I heard the Green Dragon is a place to get such and such, and just try to find information on the drug den, but then go into some more probing questions after a while, like like what are their rates, and what's the protection like around the place. I mean, what to keep it from getting ambushed or this and that. Some questions that might kind of come off as a bit investigative. So maybe the policeman work. So so I imagine it's still going to be at least a risky position, but
Oh yeah,
it's
like
going to be difficult.
like all the roles involving like checking this place out are going to be risky. Um, Not necessarily causing wounds, but in some cases maybe. Um, Mostly, it's just because you guys are at war with them.
Right. So, but yeah, so I'm gonna kind of ask the generic questions like where can a guy get a good hit, but then go into trying to get some of the layout of the place and some of the muscle around the place.
Okay. So you do find a couple of guys, maybe even like at your at the Hell of Heroes, the place that is kind of under your guys part of your guys' turf. Um, Dude says, yeah, I've been to Emerald Dragon. They got some of the best stuff in town. And everybody knows the Red Sashes run that place. They've been running for hell, as far as I know, like forever. You're not planning on going there or anything, are you? I mean, you guys. I heard you guys aren't really getting along, are you?
What you heard is probably true. What would be?
I mean, not that it's in my business.
Say that place were to change ownership. Um, where would the owner of the place reside?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's a 3-story place. nobody's ever been allowed on. I mean, as far as I know, nobody goes up on the third floor.
And it's on the docks, like over the water, or is it?
Well, I think so. As a matter of fact, I hear that's where they bring the stuff in.
So there's like a maybe trapdoor beneath where something can't be,
I
visibly
guess
seen.
I
Very
don't know.
well.
I mean, I've just been in like customer areas and all. I
There's
just
definitely no basement because it's over the
right,
water.
right,
Yeah.
right, right. I assume there's some kind of back room or something. I don't know. Um, yeah, I heard. I think they have like some kind of. I think they have some boats or something that they move stuff around with. As a matter of fact, I saw, once when I was there, once or I was leaving there. I mean, granted I was a little stoned, but I saw there was this. I saw a boat that wasn't being driven by the gondoliers. Like leave like right from underneath the pier and just kind of head out, going rather south.
Oh,
I
yeah.
understand I could be wrong. Go ahead and give me your. You want to do like it's probably a consort. What do you think?
Probably consort since I'm actually talking to friendly people. I
Nice.
don't have to particularly lie too much, right? Standard.
I probably had to
No.
roll before we did all that. Before I started telling you stuff, but that's all right.
Oh, oh sixes. That might generate more heat, or let's see. If reduced effect, complication occurs.
Oh,
Sup
yeah.
or harm. They decide to just knife me while talking to me. So
It could be. It might just like you while talking to you.
let me ask you a question. Okay.
I think, yeah, yeah. I mean, let's get so anyway, that's basically all I know about the place. They got like nice little booths to kind of sit in while you're doing your thing. Oh, and they have absolutely gorgeous gals to bring like to bring out the selections. That's the main reason I go. I got this big scar on my face in the war, and I have trouble with the gals ever since. But they're always real nice. The kind of pretty girl that wouldn't normally talk to me. Anyway, thanks for the drinks.
Absolutely.
I can, I have a few coins in my pocket. I may go head on over there.
All right, just keep an eye out. Always watch your back.
Will do. All right, and we're going to increase their alertness a little bit more. As not intentionally, but this guy will let slip that somebody was asking about them. That'll be your downside for your 5.
Yep.
And I'm thinking maybe one more gather, some sort of gather information or preparing sort of role before we go into planning this job. Does anybody have a thing that they want to do?
Can't think of anything that I want to do. What about you guys?
How would you rate the flammability of the place? Like on a scale from 1 to... No, I can't.
I think it's about as flammable as the rest of the docks.
Yeah.
Hey, Cassim, maybe you should talk to the gondoliers.
The gondoliers. Oh, are they? Are they actually another faction or just...
They are. They are a faction.
And they don't like the red sashes.
Was it so?
Yeah, almost everybody is a faction in this city.
And you mentioned that, that guy saw a boat that wasn't being run by the gondoliers on the water. The gondoliers might not like that.
Yeah, so there we go. More slander to spread, and this time I've actually got real info to throw into it. So, where does so I guess the first thing is to find a actually, you know what? Maybe I could. Well, no, I charter hall information broker probably isn't going to be speaking with gondoliers too much. So maybe
Because this isn't really downtime activities for those kind of, as far as like those projects go. This is more like.
I was just wondering who to start leaking the information through.
So if you're looking to like meet with the gondoliers, I mean that could be pretty as simple as just hiring a gondolier to take you somewhere and talking to them, even though they don't normally talk. I mean that's
What you want to do is just pass on the information.
Yep. Probably just do that with just a simple ride somewhere then.
yeah. Is it gonna be just you, or could be maybe a few of you?
Happy to go along with whomever or wherever.
Okay. You guys take let's say maybe a gondolier ride down to where you want to go.
Want to go all the way to the night market, or?
Okay. Take a long trip. Nice. And the cost for these things are really fall under kind of your incidentals. Coin is for big purchases.
How do we want to approach this? Do we want to just talk freely amongst ourselves so that the gondolier overhears, or do you think that we should just?
We'll just start in motion. The gondolier pulls up. The two of you get on, and it puts out this hand kind of covered in bandages. The gondoliers, they're mostly like these kind of cloaked figures. You almost never see their faces. They almost never talk.
Not creepy.
They're kind of creepy dudes that are rumored to know secrets of the depths in in this Cthulhu nightmare of a world. It puts its hand out, waiting for you to put a payment in its hand.
All right. Well, I guess we do so and get on into the boat.
And then it kind of stares at you out of the darkness of its hell, waiting for you to tell it where you're going.
Good evening to the night market, please.
And it begins to slowly move to the south in the direction of the night market.
So I guess I could start with mostly truth. It's like, greetings. I'm new to Duskfall. I do see you're in handling the boat traffic. Is it a standard? Does he reply or no?
Yes. The channels are ours.
Oh, so you handle traffic through the channels, save for when I guess the various groups have their illicit goods that they don't trust you guys with? You know, as in the, like when the Red Sashes move their drugs up and down to the Green Dragon. Or not, you know, it's
Those with inferior vessels, an inferior crew.
so what do you know of non-gondolier traffic along the channels? Is there any sort of sanctioning that must take place in Duskfall, or each their own?
Those that go against us will find the cold, damp end that they deserve.
Oh, and that does include smugglers?
One must always pay the boatsman.
Oh, so the Red Sashes have paid.
So you guys are, he stops the boat and says, "Is there another place you wish to go?"
Well, we'll just need a return trip once we complete here.
When we complete our business here. Are we at the night market now?
We are not. So you guys are maybe a third of the way there.
He's asking if we want to go. Is he asking us? Is he telling us he's not going to take us to the night market?
I think he's annoyed that you're talking to him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just talk to each other instead.
I don't know. I think maybe if we can just get off here and say we're the nearest dock on Charter Hall, then we can just go on foot back. Because I think our information's already our information is already conveyed.
I know. I just thought, I wanted to go ahead and go to the night market and find out about that.
Okay, then. So I'll excuse myself to the good gondolierman. Sorry, with that cold you have, it must be difficult to speak. I'll bother you no further.
I'm saying, if there are secret ways you wish to go, I wish you must provide a destination and payment.
Oh, I was just interested. All I was after is a trip to the night market today, but I would certainly love to hear of any secret ways. But I suppose that it's just that we come from the docks. We've seen the Emerald Dragon, and we've seen the Red Sashes deliver by boat their drugs to the base of it there. So just
There are many The waters touch many places known and unknown, but they're all known to us.
So if the red sashes are engaging in an activity of which you know, does one make such a deal with the gondolierman?
Make your offer before we reach the night market.
What are we wanting to offer him?
A secret way to get inside the base.
Um,
I think that's what you guys want from them.
Okay. So we just need to offer money for that? I mean,
Or service.
service, but it would be in coin, right? Do you know in this world how much coin this kind of thing would go for?
or or it could be a favor owed or something. Right?
Right.
So we are friends with a capable crew that could certainly form a service that John Delierman could find most beneficial somehow, I'm sure. I mean, while you are masters of the channels, perhaps there's something farther afield with which you would like procured or delivered.
And sashes on a boat.
Oh,
If you place it in the bottom of one of the channels, that would be suffice. That would suffice a payment.
all right. I think we can do that. That seems like something that's right up my particular speciality.
You friend have a deal. Yeah.
And tomorrow night I will take you to the secret place.
Okay, so we shall see to our business in the night market and gather our friends and see about sending a boat to the bottom of the channel.
Very good. So then, yeah, he takes you to the night market, and takes his, and now, did you say you wanted a return trip too, or
I think we did.
okay?
I'm gonna,
Yep, he pulls up to a dock, and let you guys check out the night market. The
I want to have the option,
mhm,
since we went to the night market, so later on, if I need it, have a flashback
yeah, to
of
picking
me
something up.
buying something at the night market, and then spend the coin or whatever.
The night market is almost certainly exactly what you expect.
Yeah.
It is
The
kind of
bad part of
sprawling.
Diagon Alley.
Yeah, it is sprawling. The sprawling, yeah, really bad part of Diagon Alley. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's also a lot of kind of legitimate stuff here too, but
But mostly it's,
but because the sun never shines.
place was called the bad part of Diagon Alley. Anyway.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. There's strange colored lights and markets, selling all kinds of basically anything you can imagine, and things, probably some things you wish you hadn't.
Or you can imagine now and you wish you couldn't.
Exactly. Yep, lots of bizarre stuff, things from other worlds, or from people's dreams.
So,
And yeah.
As we travel, I mean, do we kind of simply do small things to change our appearance and whatnot? So that way we don't exactly look like the wanted posters?
Yeah, I mean,
just like
the
dye
way
my,
you're drawn
I
in,
just basically
in those
got
wanted
hoodie.
pictures is essentially how you looked, like how you were dressed and stuff during that battle, defending the Lampblacks.
okay.
Presumably from descriptions people gave of you, that they got away.
Okay, so as long as I just like dye my beard and hair before going out and whatnot.
Sure. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
And that's why Vetcher, really looks like more like a phantom in those pictures, because that's what people saw of him, the brief moments that he was visible.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I guess I'm just,
So, yeah, you guys, I presume you guys get back to town, unless there's something really specific you were looking for in the night market.
browsing myself.
Okay to leave. Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. All right. So now it's time to plan your job.
Okay, so sharing with the group that we have a boat to sink and a boat to ride.
Okay.
Do we want to share with the Lampblacks as well? Judging from the map, they may very well use the channel that goes pretty close to the Lampblack territory.
Right.
It'd be good to have them maybe in the streets, make sure if anybody goes out of the building, on the ground level, so to speak, that maybe they can work that.
Which building?
Wherever the leaders hold up.
Are we going to sink Are we going to go after the boat first, though?
Just in case something goes wrong and they hear us sinking the boat.
I figured we'd probably sink the boat somewhere around. I just went peeing on the map there.
Okay. How about
I just put on the map.
I think it's just left click.
Okay.
Well, who's got the best wreck?
I think that only
I do.
works with the GM then.
Without
Yeah.
doubt.
Oh, yeah, about the L of the Lampblacks. So it seems like that would be a decent ambush place for the boat.
There.
Yep. Oh, wait. Oh, I see. You have to click and hold. Okay.
Yep.
There we go. Yeah. So that's kind of closer to the Lampblacks than to the two red sash holds. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
And we could even like station people on both sides. I don't know if it's necessarily a good idea to split, but I don't. Then again, that gives us more cover, or more coverage.
Yeah.
So if we can take the boat down, if we can take the boat down there, then gondoliers may be able to get us into underneath the Emerald Dragon.
Okay.
So I think what's going to happen, the boatman arrives at the dock not too far from where you guys are at. It just kind of waits for you here.
Where was the here?
I'd say, yeah, kind of here.
Oh, there. Okay.
Right there.
You guys aren't located right directly on the waterfront, but you guys are a little ways back from there. You guys aren't too far from the water.
Okay.
It says, it says, "Come, I will take you to their boat."
Oh, okay. Anybody not getting aboard?
I'm definitely going along.
I'm with them.
It's kind of like, so it's the standard crew.
So
Yeah, I guess we
Yep.
declare load now, or
Yeah, go ahead and call out your load. So I think for this job, you guys are looking to. This is going to be. Right.
Do I want a normal load or a heavy load?
So is this going to be a stealth through an entry point or an assault through a point of attack?
I think this is, well, I think it's all, but
stealth.
I guess it is stealthy. Are we going during a low traffic time at all? Or?
Didn't we have something that gives us a boost to our load?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's already like accounted for, isn't it, in most of our sheets?
Yeah.
You fill it in. Does your
Okay.
light load say 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, then you've already got it in there.
Mine.
I think.
Mine doesn't say that, but
You can adjust it by hitting the gear button where it says version 3.9. And then about the middle of the page, a box pops out, and about the middle of the page, it says load, and you just change the numbers there.
okay.
Yeah, so just choose your load, and then do you guys want this to start out as a stealth or an assault?
Since the gondolas aren't like big warships, I think stealth.
Yes.
Says the sneaky guy.
Yes.
Well, I mean, frankly, you guys all have prowl pretty good, I think.
Reasonably, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you guys all have at least 2 points in prowl, which is pretty good. You're a bunch of sneaky gits.
Okay. Oh.
All right. So the gondolier, he starts moving, and he veers underneath the docks, the pylons, where it is absolutely pitch dark.
This guy understands stealth too.
There's usually kind of this kind of creepy green like lamp that hangs off the end of the gondolier, but it is out, and you hear like the boat, the gondolier makes the gondola makes a couple of turns. You can hear a lot of kind of strange sounds and some really just putrid smells under here.
Sorry.
The air is just really thick. with just the smells of this kind of this putrid ocean. This black liquid that the guys that serves as the seas here, and finally the boat comes to a stop, and the boatman says, "We are here."
I put on my dark sight goggles,
Okay.
and what is here?
What's here is a small subterranean dock. There's a boat here. That's a kind of a largish rowboat. Looks like it seats about 4 rowers and has room for a little bit of cargo. And then there's a ladder going up to a trap door above, kind of set in the woodwork above.
We climb it.
You don't see any people.
Okay.
And so far, nobody can see anything except for Vetcher.
Oh, sorry.
Well, presumably in his looking through his
Yes.
goggles.
So, would it be possible to get on rowboat and take my tinkering tools, which have a hand drill, and drill a hole in the bottom of the boat?
Yeah, it's a real small hand drill. I mean, your hand drill is probably for like holes that are maybe a 1/4 inch.
Yeah.
So it's gonna sink real slow.
All right. Well, it'll sink, hopefully.
Okay. Meanwhile, everybody else is just sitting on the gondola in the dark.
Well, I could light a lantern if we want the light.
All right. Well, I mean, I don't see anything.
Instead of tinkering tools, what about my demolition tools? They have a heavy drill.
Yeah, there you go. That'll do it. I didn't know you come with demolition tools too.
Isn't that nice?
I've got them as well if I need to.
So yes,
Okay,
make
yeah.
a hole and say, okay, now we go up and assault. Or sneak in or something. I don't know. So, after I put a decent hole in it, I'll climb the ladder, kind of listen.
Now it's in time to go ahead and make the engagement roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, here it is. All right, so you start with 1D. Is it particularly bold or daring? Yeah, that's one. All right. I'm going to give you pretty good shape in this one. All right. So this is a risky situation.
Nice.
We're in a risky position when it starts.
Okay.
So you
So I climb up the ladder and
yep.
kind of listen just a little bit, and if it doesn't sound like anything, then I will kind of test the trap door to see if it opens and kind of look through it.
All right. Maybe is this like a survey or a study? Maybe. What do you think? Listening, listening for sounds and checking things out.
Yeah, it's probably not long enough to serve. So,
You know what? I'm okay. I would accept a survey.
survey, okay. Oh yeah, sense trouble before it happens. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, sure. Start off.
I would like to also climb up that ladder when
You're right behind Vetcher.
Mhm.
And everything is damp, and it's a cold metal stairs, ladder.
Mhm.
It's kind of heavy with condensation.
So if I use my silence potion, would that help? Oh no, actually that would do the opposite of what I want. Never mind. I'm just roll.
Well, so I think we ruled it. So the silence thing, the silence potion is more like an oil of silence that you
Right.
put on things that you want to be quiet.
So like the ladder.
Right. So, or like if you were afraid that the
The
trap
trap
door was going
door.
to open it or whatever, or you're going to make noise creeping upstairs or whatever.
Yeah, so I want to do like the trap door, so when I open it, I'm looking. Could that get me one bonus die?
It can, yes.
Okay.
So you pull out this oil and kind of rub it on the hinges of
Yes.
this trap door. Nice.
glad I did that.
Okay. So first of all, um, you do hear like some floorboards creak. So you're pretty sure there's at least one person in the room right up above you. The other thing you notice, like as you put like a little bit of pressure on the door, is there is um, some sort of a trap on it. Um, there's some sort of some sort of a switch. So when the thing opens, um, you're pretty sure there's like some sort of like there's a and now you see it kind of on the other side of the floorboard there. So the support, there's a like a little brass looks like a pressurized canister set to go off.
Right. Okay. So
Oh,
I kind of hold my down where Min is kind of, you know, put my hand
yeah.
out as a kind of stay, and I'll ghost through it.
Oh, nice.
I think it'll, instead of tinkering with it, trying to stop it from down here, just go up and remove it if I can. I will ghost veil.
Okay. We're gonna move right through this. Move right through here.
Go up through the trapdoor and yes.
Right. You you float up through the trap door. You see that there's an armored man sitting, having some sort of like a eating like a mushroom pie. You rise up and like the first thing he just like falls out of his chair immediately, and just because you like scared the shit out of him, and then like goes for his sword.
Okay. I wish to stab him.
Okay. All right. What you gonna do for that?
Since I came out of the floor, I want to ambush, prowl, stab.
Okay, I'm down with that.
So it's risky.
Yep.
Oh look,
Oh, yeah. When describe how you kill this guy.
meet ambassador.
So yeah, I think yeah, you stab him in the throat and then like grab his body, to kind of slow him down from going down. I mean, he made a little bit of a noise and he fell out of the chair to start with, but
Right.
hopefully it didn't alarm folks too much. All right. So now what?
Now I would look about how to remove the trap so I can open the door. I would hope from this side that it would be easy because they have to set it and unset it every time they.
Yeah, there is like a little valve you can close
Mm-hmm.
up here. You just kind of turn it closed to deactivate the to valve off the gas that would escape if you open the trap door. Otherwise,
So yes, I will do that and then open the door and motion come up. I don't know if they see me or not. Like I said, I have no resolve, so I probably wouldn't even think they couldn't see me.
well, when you open that up, when you open that, I think somebody did. I think Pete did turn on a lantern because Ben was right behind you. She can't see in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
That is correct. Men cannot see.
So yeah, light spills down into the into the underneath as you open up the trap door, allowing the rest of the team to come up.
Yes.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
then we come up. I go up.
I'll head up.
Up, and away.
Our host here was very shocked to have visitors.
Yeah, you see him, the pool of blood, slowly spreading around him, around the body.
That's quite a shock.
And there's still about half of mushroom pie sitting here.
Oh, yeah.
Should we leave him there or just very carefully drop his body into the water?
I don't think hiding the body.
I happen to have, because I picked it up at the night market.
Yep.
This powder that is like a known poison. It's only obtainable in Eruvia, where the red sash.
Oh, nice.
And it's a deadly poison.
Sure.
And so I'm going to,
Some kind of scorpion venom thing.
yeah, I'm going to, lace this guy's pie with it.
All right.
What's the wound that he died from?
The wound that he died
How
from?
did he die?
He got stabbed in the neck with
Mm.
with the ambassador.
So maybe that was a stupid idea then. Never mind. I revoked my flashback.
Okay. All right. We'll hold on to it. We'll hold on to that flashback. Okay. So yeah. So out of here, this is some sort of a storage room. There's shelves and let's see, a number of nice sturdy chests in here.
Dirty, not dirty. Okay.
Sturdy, yes. That have various opioids in them, and just presumably they have some fairly high quality stuff.
Yes,
I'm
we
sure
will be
it's
taking
true.
some of this on the way back. Money. Or I need money.
The
Bob, after the rest of the crew goes up, I'll go up with them.
okay.
Yeah, and do we want to search the fallen guard? Do you have like a post-it note with his password and stuff?
Sadly, no. I mean, he's wearing some wearing some he's wearing heavy armor, and has a kind of a has a short sword, which is kind of like what swords typically are in this world. I think people don't have humongous weapons. Most people don't have humongous weapons. I take that back. Aldo is a bit of a Aldo would disagree.
Outlier.
Yes, very much an outlier on that.
And he doesn't really have any money to speak of. I mean, he has a few coins on him, but not quote coin level cash.
Yeah, he's got pocket change. Yeah.
Well, yeah. And I think you guys noticed, I like as far as like spending money, I just assume you guys are kind of at the like the your oh shit your stash level in terms of like I kind of go to your stash level is like how like your lifestyle. So pretty much, I'm pretty sure all of you are in kind of the relatively destitute, but have a little bit of money for
Public
for
transportation.
yeah, to get a boat ride or to buy a beer and stuff like that every now and then. So that I guess there's something that I thought of that I didn't really express recently. Like so, that's the other kind of to me that's like the other advantage of like increasing your stash level. So like saving up enough money that your stash level goes up is like that becomes like your new like lifestyle level. And so once you achieve like level 1, now you have like a decent apartment, maybe even like a side business or something.
Okay.
And can spend more money and have nicer clothes and things like that. Anyway, so yeah, here you are here. There's really only one door out of here, and you're pretty sure. As a matter of fact, I don't think it's a door; it's like a curtain. So you guys are being real quiet on the on this end. And you guys, I just assume you guys are all pretty quiet.
Yeah.
There's a curtain here that, from the sounds on the other side, you're pretty sure leads out in kind of like the main area of the of the den. This of the Emerald Dragon.
Okay.
You can hear low voices talking. Um, there are number of people moving around. You can't see them, of course, but there's you would guess somewhere somewhere, probably under 10 people, but probably somewhere around that number.
So are we? I'm sorry for being ignorant right now. We're on the boat that we need to sink, right? Oh, we're not on the boat we need to sink.
Oh, you think about.
Oh, the boat got sunk.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry.
There's
I used my hand drill, heavy hand drill.
Oh, I was afraid that wasn't going to do the job. But
I upgraded. I saw that
oh,
it's
yeah,
listed
good
under
job.
demolition tools, which
Got
is
it.
a
I'm
two
sorry, guys.
a 2 check mark.
That's what I get for trying to multitask. I'm not a good multitasker.
right on. But Lehman's used up almost all of his stuff.
Yes, I have like one.
Two more
I have,
things you can have?
I have one more thing in my free things.
Oh, that's right. So the only italicized thing is the potion.
Yep.
Yep. He's gonna spend it on a pistol.
Probably not.
Okay. Yep. So here you are. You're at this kind of this red beaded curtain that separates your entry point into the building from kind of the rest of the building. What do you do?
Um,
Yeah.
okay.
You said there sounds to be about 10 people or so
Yes.
on the other side.
Yep.
Armored or
Only 10.
Yeah, you can't tell that from the voices and stuff. You hear a number of female voices and a few, just a handful of male voices. They're all kind of none of them are talking very loud. It's all seems like subdued talk.
any slurred talk? Or
Maybe.
it might be under the influence of. We're not sure.
Is there a way to peek through the curtain or
Sure.
under or
Sure. Go for it.
Park the curtains.
Yeah. Give me your.
So actually, are there any? Is there like a little hand mirror from any of the? I think I'm taking subterfuge supplies, which has a makeup kit. So is there like a hand mirror in that?
Sure. I'll allow it. Yeah. Go ahead and check out your subterfuge supplies, and you'll whip out that hand mirror.
Okay, so we kind of slide that through a crack and see what we can see that way.
Okay.
Who's
You
got
see
the-
this kind of peeking through the curtain, with the little mirror. You see there's this big kind of open space that is kind of awash in a kind of a dim red light. There's there are a lot of cushions and around. The place looks kind of sumptuous. It very relaxing atmosphere. There's you see a couple of women moving around. They're wearing like kind of diaphanous, kind of see-through um, clothing, and they're carrying these kind of polished platters around to patrons who are lying on cushions and kind of back in. You see that like there's quite a bit more of the space that you can actually get the mirror to view. But you get the sense that there's like kind of alcoves way out to the ends and stuff. And and kind of a grand staircase that goes up to a second level. This first floor, like most of it, is open to the second level, and there's like a balcony area where it seems like when you angle the mirror upwards a little bit, you can see that there's kind of more kind of lounging spaces up there as well. Even like, yeah, and you can get like the thick smell of kind of intoxicating smoke. Really, that permeates the whole place. And yeah, but it makes everybody at least a little bit lightheaded.
Fun.
It is fun.
Mm-hmm. I didn't think so.
Well, if everybody's a little bit stoned, maybe we could just pretend to be other patrons.
Yeah, so is that I'm for that.
Did there seem to be somebody who was kind of in charge of the floor or whatever?
I mean, not that you could tell. I mean, you're getting only kind of vague views, kind of, through kind of looking through mirrors and stuff right now.
So, I
Do
guess
you
if we're
think they
going,
have
So-
to?
I want to hand Case some of the opium and say, give free for discretion.
I think so too. So, if we're going to be some revelers, to start with, if you guys would allow me a couple minutes, I'll go ahead and use my little costume supplies to give everyone like sunken eyes and just kind of general drugged up appearance.
Nice.
And then
Red veins in our eyes.
and then just kind of stumble out the door, slurring, "I told you the better stuff was back that way," and I offer out two hands to one hand each to the first two, not the ladies, but the first two partitioners I come across.
Nice.
And kind of before they get their bearings, I'll be like, "I bet even better stuff is upstairs."
All right.
Start.
All right. Let's see your. This sounds like a sway roll.
Still risky, yeah.
It is.
Yep. Or is
It is. I'm going to give it limited effect though, because you guys are going up against a higher tier place than you. You start out kind of at a limited success level.
okay? Here we go, guys. Wish me luck. Man, I like those doubles.
Yeah. We'll move you guys up to 3 on their alertness. One more pie piece. Where things go real bad. So you guys kind of stumble out, and in your disguises. Real quick, what are the loads? Does anybody have a heavy load?
No.
Normal.
Everybody's normal or less. Okay. the yeah, there's a woman, a young woman approaches you, says, you know, the patrons are not allowed back here. This is quite extraordinary. Please, honor guests, this way, and motions you towards a like an alcove here on the first level, um, with some nice kind of like silky cushions and stuff.
Well, so if you guys want to head upstairs, I'll kind of so sorry and trip and stumble and kind of grab her inappropriately.
She she sees like some people moving towards the stairs. It's like like I said, she's like they're dressed in like these like diaphanous kind of like see-through scarves, like in layers. One of these scarves comes off immediately and wraps around your neck,
Nice.
and you know, revealing a midriff. And she, yeah. So actually, go ahead and give me your give me another sway roll here as you're trying to trick her, you know, by cover for people going up the stairs.
Limited again.
So because they're really good at this job. I think yeah. So you're gonna distract her. She's gonna start like choking you with this scarf. And so the other folks, the other people, if they want to, can make it up to the second level if they wish.
It's okay. You're totally into it.
Good.
Yes, I will go up to the next floor.
Can I just pretend to pass out and grab more scarf on my way down?
Okay.
Revealing
More. Okay.
Okay. My job here is done.
You're like, this is a much better way to die than having building fall on me.
Yeah, like unlike last time. All right. I think yeah, she'll let go of the scarf as you pass out. Everybody else moves up to the second level, and you know, when you arrive up there, like I think there are two more of these young women in the scarves who each kind of like pull off a scarf, and hold it, and hold it as if they're going to attack you guys with it. What do you do up here?
Right. With scarves.
Chicks with scarves.
I think they're trained in the use of those scars.
Yeah.
They might very well be. That is, in fact, those who study the red sashes know that is like the first weapon that people are trained in the red sashes at their swordsmanship school. They don't get a sword until like their third year.
Well, I believe I am going to take an action and
Okay.
think I'm going to um, have an alchemical from my bandolier kind of into my palm and um, yeah, fling this powder at them. I'm trying to find. I just had the document open with there it is, bomb strikes and other stuff. I believe I have some drown powder,
Okay.
and it is a fine dust that incapacitates by giving the sensation of drowning.
Nice.
So I'm going to fling it in the faces of the scarf
Okay.
women, or one of them, or whatever, however that.
Right. So I think these two are going to be resistant to alchemical stuff because of the environment that they work in. So you're going to have limited success. So if you want to increase the effect, then you might want to. You can like take a penalty die. If you want it to like work as written.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I'm also trying to figure out what this would be.
I don't know what you think.
I don't know.
Maybe a wreck or
I
taker.
mean, wreck, it says a place, item, or obstacle, but this could also be create distractions and chaos.
Yeah.
So, so yeah, I would like to have a flashback in which I was actually tinkering with the drowned powder
Okay.
earlier,
Okay.
and increasing its potency through a distillation process that I've been developing. I've been,
Okay.
making it more potent by making the active ingredients more concentrated in my special mix of powder. So
Yeah.
one
Well,
stress
it's been 2 stress. I mean, it's the same thing as a push to give it an extra die.
Mhm.
So
and
then you can just roll it straight up to be
Yeah.
a.
and then can I would love to, I guess we'll just roll it. Like, do I want to do a bargain?
Oh, here's something fun.
So our position is risky, or is it
I think it is now desperate.
Okay.
You guys are spotted, and
Effect is standard though, because
yes, it is standard.
the bonus dice is
It's 0.
So
Minus 1 plus 1. All right.
okay.
I think it's going to work. The two of them are going to, but one of them is going to, I think.
Do I mark prowess because I was doing a wreck and a desperate?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. You mark an XP there. I did say it was desperate, so this could be potentially a bad thing.
Oh, some of the powder drifts back into my own face, and I have to
Yeah, I think
try to overcome that sensation. Maybe I am incapacitated for a
I
little
think,
while.
I think one of the girls she sweeps with her with her scarf to blow some of the stuff back at you as she starts to choke. So I think you're going to start choking and hacking. And
It doesn't kill them; it just incapacitates them.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep,
that's what I'm here for.
Knowing
Alright.
Dashel, that's what he's here for.
That's what I'm there for.
Right. So these stairs continue up to the 3rd floor.
Bob,
Yep.
as we go past the 2 girls,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put both of them out of their misery.
Okay.
What are you using to do that? Are you stabbing them with something or shooting them?
A blade.
Okay.
A quick
Let's see.
a quick stab in the throat, the jugular.
Okay.
It's nice and quiet.
Yep.
Very good. Next. Next you guys reach this big ornate wooden door that has like that has some dragons carved in it. Up here on the 3rd floor.
Because if you can carve dragons. You should.
Why the fuck not?
Yes.
Exactly.
Knock, knock, knock. Housekeeping.
There is no answer.
No,
to
that,
the-
I was going to say that was not in character.
Okay. All right.
Special delivery.
Special delicious.
Candygram from Mongo.
Joe?
That was a
Yes.
door surprise.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It's yeah, they're enormous doors. I mean, doors the size of which have like no place in a building this size.
Carefully test the door. Is it locked?
It does not appear to be.
Is it
You don't see a locking mechanism on it.
trapped? Because there was a trap on a door earlier, so
There was a trap on a door earlier.
is there a trap on this one too? I mean, is that a theme?
That's a thing you could find by studying it or something.
Have
Perhaps.
I stopped coughing so that I can do that?
I think not. I think you're going to be incapacitated for a while.
Yeah, so I cough at it.
I've got an okay study. Does anybody have a really good one?
I can guarantee yours is better than mine.
Bob, I'll study the door.
Okay, you can check it out.
Yep.
It's a door. It's made of wood.
Is this risky or desperate?
I think let's make it desperate.
Nice.
Desperate.
Yeah, I mean, like the clock is ticking now. You guys have made some noise downstairs.
I'm
What's
coughing.
the effect?
I think it's going to be standard in this case.
And I'm going to
Oh
push
no,
my.
actually, back off. Yeah, it'll be limited unless you want to push yourself or something to make it standard.
Well. Okay, hold on.
Since you guys
So
are out of your depth.
it's desperate
Yep.
and
Desperate. Limited.
limited.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm going to push myself for a bonus dice.
Dig it. That'll bring it to standard. Or, I mean, do you want the extra die or do you want to get it to standard effect?
What's the difference?
The difference is
One helps you have a better chance of success. The effect makes a success better.
correct. What Lehman said.
I'll take the extra die.
Okay, okay.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, that extra die worked out.
Yep, it was that
Good
die.
choice.
yes, it did.
Checking it out, you think there is some sort of mechanism there, but it's on the other side. You don't see a way to disable it.
Okay, it is time for Spooky Phantom to do things.
Yeah.
So, Bob,
Yep.
I'm going to blow 4 stress.
Yeah.
I
Good invisible.
Yes, I'm invisible and I'm going to keep it up for a few minutes.
Oh shit.
Oh,
And then go through.
Okay.
Because I did a desperate action, I get a
Yep.
insight.
You sure do.
All right.
So yeah, you pass through the wall. Yeah, Vetcher. Vetcher not only like turns shadowy, but like disappears from sight. And when you emerge on the other side, you see kind of a rather large space that that looks like a museum. Like literally, like it has like their display cases with with like fancy vases, artifacts Not so much artifact, like artwork from from all around. There are paintings on the walls. There's this beautiful, sumptuous carpet, and bright lights all around. Um, at the end of this long hallway, you see there's a woman in in bright red armor, like leathers, and wielding a scimitar. Her hair's tied back. Um, she has a couple of other red sash warriors with her. Also with swords. All their swords are drawn. Clearly, they've been kind of alarmed by what was going on down below. As a matter of fact, I think the two guard the other two swordsmen, and they have swords at their hips, but are wielding short bows,
Mm.
um, and kind of aiming down the hallway. They do not see you.
Oh, they're aiming the wrong way?
No,
No,
I'm
no.
invisible.
Oh,
He spent a bunch of stress to make
right,
himself invisible.
right. Yep. I am not
So,
looking.
is there any obvious, Dashel had mentioned there might be some mechanism or something? Is there any obvious traps or anything on this
Yeah,
side?
there is, similar to what you saw before. There's this. It looks like it's some sort of a gas trap
Mm-hmm.
that's set to go off when the doors are opened.
Right. So I wish to disable that.
Okay.
If it's another valve.
Yeah, it's going to be another kind of turning a valve. It squeaks a little bit as you turn it,
Mm-hmm.
and you see, like they definitely they're all on alert.
Oh, right.
Right? They look like in your direction, but don't understand what's happening.
And
Um, as a matter of fact, like one of the guys, he takes a few steps away, like he's going to run, and you hear the woman say, "Stand your ground. Where the hell do you think you're going to run to? This is it. We either win here or we die."
so I knock on the door, and as soon as I do that, I go up against the wall, so I'm not in the middle of this hallway,
Yeah.
and go straight towards them. But
Okay.
we can let other people do that.
Okay.
But I did a knock, as in like a come in.
Okay. Aldo, what are you going to do?
I hear the signal. I'm going to draw my trusty broadsword that that I seem to always have with me these days. Head into the hall. I see there's a bunch of people there, and I need to let them know that I am not to be trifled with. So,
Okay. So what I'm picturing is you just kick in the door and go charging down this hallway towards
yeah,
these jokers. Okay.
yep, yep. I am pushing to activate my not to be trifled with ability, and I am going to prepare to cut them down.
Okay.
My heavy weapon's fine, so that'll raise my effect from
Yeah.
limited to standard.
Yes. Limited to standard. Yep.
Yep. And let's see.
Which side of the Joker's on is right?
Then I'm going to go ahead and put for an additional bonus die.
Okay.
So, and this is a desperate situation.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Standard effect, one bonus die.
Die. Oh.
And die.
Nope. Okay. So you go charging down this hallway, and these guys shoot, kind of shoot a couple of panicked arrow shots at you, both of which miss. and you close and like just quickly cut down both of these guys with the bows. You swing at the gal with the with the leader with the sword, but she parries and spins away quick, pretty quickly. Since you're not to be trifled with is against gangs of minions, not
Bosses.
not super badass bosses.
Yep.
Who's next?
I am.
Okay.
So I'm
Awesome.
following Aldo into the through the door.
Got it.
Now Hunt says attack with precision shooting from a distance. Would that include throwing knives?
I would
Since
not,
it's
some would not consider indoors a distance.
What's that?
I would not consider this a distance in this case. I mean, everything going on in here is relatively close quarters. But I think.
But it's a ranged attack. I'm not
It's a
getting
ranged
up
attack.
close and personal to her.
Yep, it is a range attack. So yeah, go ahead. Yeah, if you're gonna throw a knife at her.
Yep.
Okay. I think it's still. I'm gonna still consider this desperate.
Okay.
I would consider. So this is a master swordsman who I think we will consider can get to any place in the room she wants to with her sword.
Okay. Well, that's why I'm not trying to get up close to her.
I know. I don't know. So what I'm saying is, yeah, I think she is mobile and good enough that there's no place to hide in this space.
Okay.
If she's coming for you.
So it's desperate.
Yep.
What's the effect?
Effect is gonna be limited because she's gonna count as several tiers higher than you.
Okay. And I'm pushing myself for an extra die.
Cool. Okay. So I'm gonna bring up another. Another clock here. And this is gonna be. You graze her with a knife, with a thrown knife that she largely deflects away, she deflects it away from the, her throat where you're trying to throw it, and it just kind of cuts across her shoulder. Next, who is next? I don't think is Mike gone?
He's getting choked.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's choked downstairs. Forgot about that.
Let me know if I do wake up, though. I mean,
but you said you were going to kind of fake it, right?
that was the goal, though. Yes, but I mean,
Okay.
obviously, it depends on if she loosens up the slash or not.
Yeah, you like relax and stop fighting, and she kind of drags you over to a spot. And then she kind of looks up and realizes that like shit's really going down, and then kind of turns back towards you to find you with your eyes open. What are you gonna do?
Let's see. I'll just continue with it, and I'll say you choked me out, and you don't even like party with me. I'm gonna try to offer her a drink of the fine bottle of whiskey with the slumber essence in it. Sway.
All right. Yeah, that's going to be a pretty challenging sway, sir.
Sway desperate.
Yes, because I think she's going to try to kill you otherwise. And we'll start at limited success, but I think you're offering her something will bring it to standard.
And was it push is 2 stress
Yeah.
or a bonus dice? Is that how?
Yep.
Okay. We'll try it. Oh my good grief. I'll just down it myself. Screw this.
Good night, sweet prince.
Um,
We just have to remember to pick up your slumbering body on our way out.
yeah. I think she's just going to knock you out. And yep. Sorry, dude.
Let me remember to take my stress for that. There we go. Good deal.
Yep. Unless you want to resist, it'll be yeah. Unless you want to resist being incapacitated, which would be the
Honestly, I don't really have much to add to combat, but
okay. We're just here distracting this chick for a while.
yeah, I mean, so
That was the whole plan. I mean, and again, like the conceit of this is that this was the whole plan all along. That you're like, okay, I'm going to go in and distract this, one of these people. You guys take out the others and just kill the boss. I'm going to be hanging out with that, with one of those people. I'll keep her occupied as long as I can.
which was sadly not very long. Okay.
Okay, deal.
Look, man, we got to work on your endurance.
I think, are we to Min?
It should be men.
Is Lynn done coughing?
Oh, yes. I think you kind of finish up coughing in time to see another one of these gals who has almost no scarves on her now, because she used a bunch of them to choke out the case, running up the stairs to help her boss.
Nice.
So timed just the way you guys expected.
Yeah, exactly the way we expected. For this to happen. Why I keep on closing this? I guess it's just. Let's see. What would I have? What I want. Thinking of lots of things that I think would be fun, but
Ooh.
all right, fine. I know I've used this stuff before, but it's fun, so I've decided to use it again. I have my vials of drift oil are in like really fragile glass so that I can throw them at somebody.
Oh, nice.
And so I toss and even if like they catch it, if they there's a chance that they'll still shatter it and get the drift oil on themselves. Which gives her, if I succeed, then she will have neutral buoyancy and float in the air for an hour. So I don't know if that's really how it works,
Yeah.
but that's what it says here. So I'm gonna try that because I think it would be fun. And we really need to come up with like a skill that I can improve a whole bunch so that I'm good at throwing my
I would say finesse would make sense.
Okay, I'm not good at that, but I'll but I'll use it. So finesse. And we are desperate.
Yeah, I think so.
Desperate. And
I'll call it standard success because you are using a kind of a high quality thing in this case.
I want
an expendable.
it low. I want to get a bonus die.
You
So
can take 2 stress to push yourself.
I can do that. Do you have Devil's Bargain for me?
I have a devil's bargain for you. I think if you wait, you could risk getting some of it on yourself as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like risk, letting her get all the way up the stairs before you throw it at her, and risk also getting some on yourself.
Okay.
Are you going to take that deal?
I'm taking it.
Okay. But you don't get any on yourself. You get it all on her.
Ooh, yeah.
Good for you.
So she is floating. Now, maybe that won't impair her ability to, but she's definitely having an interesting day.
She is. Well, yeah, she was going up the stairs. You hit her with the stuff, and she kind of goes past you, kind of bumps the wall, and kind of floats up into the air some. So she does like some kind of pirouetting and stuff to try to kind of regain her, like she's like an astronaut,
Mm-hmm.
getting her bearings and weightlessness.
Suddenly 0G. Hopefully that'll mess her up something.
I think it does. I think we're the better now.
Yes, it is good that I spent all my coin, because I am already broke, so I don't really need to go for broke. But I will do lots of crazy stuff. So, I am invisible,
Mm-hmm.
so I think is a good time for a nice backstab to Lady Red Sash. I would like to have flashback.
Okay.
Min, she wanted to get nice little venomy poison to put on my ambassador blade.
Oh, definitely. Mm-hmm.
So I will
Yeah.
wish to increase effect level. Also, I like to increase effect level by using my last item of my fine shadow cloak, which improves that. And
Okay.
I would also like to make double bargain for extra die on attack.
Double bargain here in this case.
I mean, you're dealing with poison. Is there a chance that you
Yeah. I think.
like mine? But
Yeah, because you don't use poison very often. This would be like your first time using poison.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the double bargain would be that you will. I think, and it's gonna be harsh, especially because you're building up a lot of advantages to take this chick out. I think if you don't get, if you get any kind of penalties, or if you get any kind of bad stuff at all, you will not be able to resist the damage that you take.
I have no stress to resist damage anyway.
Okay, so yeah, you're just going to take a bad hit if you fail on this. Like poison yourself or get stabbed by the sword
Right.
and get grievously wounded.
She swings back at me and doesn't even realize it.
Yeah. Well, especially if it's poison and it doesn't kill her immediately.
Okay. So it was at limited and then 2 bump.
Yeah, I think it takes it up to pretty.
1 for ambush, 2 because bargain. Okay. So let's do everything. Oh yes.
Oh, okay.
okay.
So I'm knocked out.
Yeah. So Yeah, so you're going to take level 3 harm. This is going to be a chest wound, from her sword.
Hopefully you have some more of that floaty dust handy to carry your party back home.
But you will kill her.
Nice.
You want to describe how this happens?
Yes, I'm stupid, and I tap her on the shoulder because I think it will be funny. She turns around, and then I drop the invisibility part and say like, "Time to pay, Reaper," and stab her, and she stabs me back.
Yeah, she says you first, and then she stabs you, and the two of you like fall together.
It's very romantic.
Mina, do you have an antidote for that poison?
Can I take 2
No,
stress?
she stabbed me.
Yeah, he didn't stab himself.
Okay.
He's not poisoned.
Does that do any stress, or is it just the wound?
Yeah, it's just a level 3 wound.
Okay.
Hey,
You
Bob.
are incapacitated.
Mm-hmm. I was 1 stress away from trauma. That's why I was asking.
Yeah. Yeah.
I went from 0 to 7. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Does she have any rings or anything that identifies her?
Yeah, he has some jewelry, and this place is full of a shitload of like fine art.
That sentence is very confusing. A
Take
shitload of fun.
as I'm like dropping to the floor. Take the good stuff.
Try and loot as much stuff as we can carry, I guess.
Yep.
Hey, Aldo, would you be able to carry Vitcher?
Can I see about trying to? I know that I really haven't used any medical stuff, but can I see about like stabilizing him or something?
Yeah, I think that
Well,
does that fall under Tinker maybe?
I mean, I would love it if it did.
Probably.
Clockwork stuff. I wonder if it's more like finesse.
Yeah, I think it's probably more. Yeah, I think it's more Tinker. It's gonna fall into those.
Tinker with him.
Modify, disable, or repair.
Well, that's great.
I wake up with mechanical heart.
And theater defects. Okay. Well, shit. I'm gonna.
I mean, so mechanically, I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Well, if I roll
fixing it up
one
and stuff.
and fail, will I kill him?
No, and
Don't put your finger in there.
Hey, Bob.
yeah,
So I don't really.
I have a healing salve live essence.
right. You guys do have those.
I didn't mark my I didn't mark my thing for when I threw the floaty potion.
Okay.
Is that?
Sure.
I forgot what I used for that.
I think you used finesse. I think.
What does the live essence do?
I forget. It's in. Is it in the bombs, drugs, and other concoctions?
Vitality potion 227.
So you see the bonus 4 ticks on the healing clock.
Yeah, I think I have a vitality potion that I could give you. Possibly.
Yeah. So that'll be helpful. The Vetcher's going to be wounded for quite a while. He's going to be in bandages for the next few sessions, at least. I would assume.
Meanwhile, I'm just going to have a huge headache.
So would this
Yeah.
+4 ticks on healing, is that take place during downtime, or is that like an immediate thing that would drop me down to a second level?
Oh,
Right. I think.
the buoyancy stuff on each of our unconscious friends so that we can just
So I think
float them out of here.
I think you can use it now, and it'll be I mean, if you can take it off of an inventory, because I did tell you guys you can have it in like there's a new inventory item, right?
Yes, I'll take. You can take mine once we get home because I did not bring it. But I'll take it off of my sheet. So you keep it on yours, Jenny. Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
Whoops. Trying to delete something and I can't.
Cool. All right. So so the aftermath. Let's go to kind of the end of the job.
That was
Right.
the first time I got harmed.
You're kidding.
Really?
It hurts.
So the payoff. So you guys are no longer at war, and we'll give you guys 4 rep for this because this is a pretty cool job.
So does that get us up a?
That gets you okay. So we'll call the war over. So you'll be at tier 1 strong.
Strong? Okay.
Yeah, tier 1 strong. We'll clear your rep. We're going to be marching on the way to getting to tier 2 now. I think there's going to be a total.
I can barely hear. There was so much feedback. Okay.
Really?
It stopped.
All right. Okay.
It's better now.
Okay. I think there's going to be a total of 8 coin worth of stuff you get out of this place. It's a good haul.
So 6, because we got to pay our
6
2.
because, yeah, 6 because you're paying your buddies.
So if that's 6, and we put 1 with the group, then everybody else gets 1 because of the
Okay.
the group is maxed out now at 4.
Okay.
All right.
Uh, 2, 3 heat. I think you take 5 heat. So because
Did that get lessened at all because they were jerks and nobody liked them?
well, here's the, so it was a contained with standard. So I'm going to call this contained and standard exposure. But it's +1 heat for high profile or well connected target. Another +1 heat if the situation happened on hostile turf, and another +1 heat if you were at war.
Yep.
I feel like I'm being nice, making it just 2 heat to start with. But all the other extraneous circumstances make things kind of messy.
So you said 5?
Yeah, we'll do 5 heat.
5. Okay.
You guys are pretty exposed. I mean, yeah. You guys are relatively small players doing like a lot of stuff right now and making a lot of noise here in the docks and Crow's Foot right now in the city. And I think we'll probably end there. Wait. Oh, sorry. We got to do XP. I apologize. So let's start with liquidators. Execute a successful accident, disappearance, murder, or ransom operation.
Yes.
Yay!
Yes.
Dealing with challenges above your station. Yes. Alter your cure's reputation. Yeah, I would say definitely. Express the. Yeah, I think I'm seeing 4 XP. What do you guys think?
I think that's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you guys did like everything, like all the stuff you're supposed to be doing as an assassination team.
I mean,
Maybe a little noisier than you originally meant to.
Yeah.
And I know, like, you guys originally pictured yourselves as people who do disappearances in Brightstone, and I don't know that you've done much for missions in Brightstone.
nope. Seen any options for bridge missions?
That's true. Yes, I've been mostly offering stuff other places.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's start with Aldo. So you make a good point, Jenny. You did your desperate actions. Did you address a challenge with violence or coercion?
Yeah.
Express your beliefs, heritages, drives, or backgrounds. How did you do that?
Um, that I'm, basically I'm trying to get our group, our gang, to do better. And right now, the way to do that was to smash down these guys who were fighting against us before.
You know what? That's true. I mean, you have been talking the warmonger talk the whole time. I'll allow it. 1 XP there, and I think how do we struggle with vices and traumas? I mean, you went and did your vice, but I don't think that counts as struggling.
Yeah, that wasn't a struggle. Yeah.
All right, about Dashel. Address the challenge with tracking or violence. I think you did that.
Well, I think I did both
I think you
because
did both.
I tracked to find the hideout that she was at, and then definitely did violence.
Right. Okay. Beliefs and heritages and traumas. I'd say one for each of those. Back to Aldo. I think we can give you 2 for violence. There's 1 more XP for Aldo.
One more for Aldo? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. And then Min, we've got technical skill or mayhem. I think you did both of those.
Yeah.
Drives or heritages. The beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
Well, I would say because I am Eruvian, I used my background of knowing about Eruvian
Like, did you do the poison and stuff?
to do the to knowing about to
I'm down with that.
sharing
Yeah.
background to make the poison.
That's 1 there. Vetcher.
How many was that? 3?
3 total, I think.
Yes, the lady almost found her way to my heart through my stomach.
So Bob, is it pretty much going to be finesse when I'm
I think so.
using my?
It doesn't have to be. I mean, if you have another role you want to do.
That's fine. I think
Yeah.
that's the thing that it's going to be.
Yeah, that's most likely. Yeah. Okay. So Vetcher, challenge with stealth or evasion. I think I would argue you did that at least twice. So 2. You always get the points for the way he talks. Vice or trauma. Anything else?
Well, I think that is about.
Okay. And Kasim. Address the challenge with calculation and conspiracy. I would argue there were probably 2 times you did that. I mean, you did like the stories about the stories about them to try to kind of weaken it, and then weaken them, and then you did the trying to talk people, trying to trick people inside the building. Beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. Do you know any of that?
Yeah, so actually the slandering was actually trying to take advantage of or trying to take part of my background where I had the falling out with the Eruvian noble. So essentially I was kind of transferring that, the deeds that he had done, superimposing it onto the red sashes as part of the slander.
Okay, so that looks like maybe 3 this time.
There's nothing from. I mean, I engaged in vice. It seems like, but just knocked
Yeah,
myself
but
out.
you didn't struggle with your vice, though.
No.
Your traumas. Pete has struggled with vice before because he lost his vice purveyor for a while. Struggle can be real. All right, so you're gonna put it in your playbook and get a new special ability, Kasim?
Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and take the functioning vice now.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, so people can come join me on Vice and get dice outcome or down by 1 or 2.
Yeah, Spider has a lot of good stuff. All right, guys, good session. And yeah, like everybody's, I think at least half the group is fully messed up. Venture and Aldo, they got their one stress from a trauma. That's some good planning. Right on. Yep. Night night, boys and girls.
Night.
See you
Thanks,
next
Bob.
time.
So,
Yeah, good session, guys. Everybody.
Yep.
Good
Night-night.
fight. Good night.
I love Ghostvale.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It takes so much stress though. I'm so glad I had 0 to come into it.
It was pretty awesome.
Good game.
Well done.
wait,
Good game.
wait. I can wake my character up.